All right, what's happening, everybody? We're back.
And we're back.
Episode 51. Cheers. Do you have your drink?
I have it, but I didn't open mine.
This time you actually have liquid in your... Yeah, there you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to another episode. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. So, I kind of added this. We got the marquee rolling. If you're watching on YouTube, you can check out the marquee and all the fancy, goofy stuff we have on here.
Yes. Subscribe to the Shitcast, please.
Please subscribe. Pretty crazy week this week, huh?
As far as
jiu-jitsu is concerned.
Well, jiu-jitsu drama or jiu-jitsu?
I think jiu-jitsu drama and a little bit of jiu-jitsu has been pretty kind of crazy this week. There's a ton of stuff that's happened. So I'm kind of at a... I don't know. I'm kind of frozen to figure out where really we want to start.
So let's just start with Gordon Ryan because...
Do we want to just go there? Because he's made most of the news clearly. So
yes, obviously.
Do you... Well, wait,
wait. Before we get into this, here's what... You know what Gordon Ryan's reminded me of? Do you remember a couple of years ago there was a show called The Slap?
No. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And then they made a parody called The Slap 2.
Yeah.
Where the dad just starts slapping everybody at the party. That's kind of what Gordon Ryan is doing metaphorically. Slap. He's the slap part 2.
Right.
He's metaphorically going around and slapping everybody in the face. Not in a mean way either, I don't think. Just in a...
I don't think he's being mean. I think most people are calling him rude, and they're trying to stand up for legends that can pretty much stand up for themselves. So, all right, let's backtrack a little bit. So, in case you didn't see it, the way that it really started was Andre Galvao made a post that basically called out Gordon for like his antics, if you will. So Gordon quickly fired back saying, I will put up $50,000 to go in a no submission, or was it a no time limit submission only match with you. $50,000. And I have like pretty much all of the posts like screenshotted just because they were so entertaining to
well,
see
first of all,
on.
let me just say something. He's not the first Danaher Death Squad guy to want to put up their own money. I find that fucking awesome. For sure. That these guys want to just... That's like gunslinger style.
Yeah.
Fucking, hey, here's fucking 50 G's.
Yeah.
Put up or shut up.
Yeah.
I admire that.
I admire that, but it's also kind of like, most like jiu-jitsu guys aren't making that kind of money, so that they're not going to say yes.
Well, obviously.
Right.
But so they have to dance around the...
Like, even if it was someone that you could beat, if they're like, I would bet you 50 grand that I could beat you, and you're like, I know I could beat him, but do I really want to put up 50 grand?
Do I really? Well, how am I going to liquidate 50 grand? I could try to get a loan against my house.
See, like, even if it's someone that you could, like, unless it was white belt.
Most jiu-jitsu guys do not have
the 50 grand to throw out.
50 grand just liquidated around them.
I think that there's maybe, a handful of guys within the sport that could throw that out there. Like, willy-nilly like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the story. So, Galvao fires back to Gordon saying, $50,000, that's not nearly enough. I need at least $1 million to compete if you want me to compete.
Which is nuts.
Nuts.
Just a crazy...
Right. So, in response to that, Gordon made a meme of the old Drake meme. If you guys don't know, it's if you're not living in today.
It was a brilliant meme.
It was a very good meme. Basically mocking Galvao, saying, "Oh, I'll fight," or no, I won't fight for $50,000. And then it's like, fight in the IBJJF Worlds for free. It's like, yep, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a true jab.
It was a great jab.
It's pretty much true. With that being said, and they kept on going back and forth, and that's me, sorry. And
unprofessional.
So Gordon kept on calling out Galvao, saying, okay, let's do it. Let's put it up. Like, get your people. We'll put it up. Like, this is how much. And then I think he brought it up to about $300,000. And I think Galvao finally just stopped responding to him. And Gordon Ryan kept on pushing at him, saying, like, well, I'll wait for you. Let me know when you're done praying.
Well, here's my question. Does Gordon Ryan have that much cash?
I think so, yeah.
How?
Well, I mean,
he's 24 years old.
He definitely makes a lot from the competitions.
For sure, but not that much. If you figure There's no way he's made. That would mean he'd have to won. Just if there were 10 grand a piece, he would have to won 30 competitions. That's a lot.
Could be family money.
Yeah, he could have money. I mean,
it takes a lot of money to be Gordon Ryan, like not have a real job where he's sitting there just doing jiu-jitsu, and being Nicky Ryan, where you can just quit high school and just focus on jiu-jitsu. And so who's paying for it? Because I know Nicky Ryan's not making that money. He's not making money. They're not doing like seminars or anything.
I know Gordon does seminars.
I know Gordon does, but he doesn't make enough to sit there.
And he does privates too. I remember. What do you think he charges for a private?
It's got to be like a couple $100. Like say like $250 an hour.
You think? I bet you it's more.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like $500 an hour.
I wouldn't be surprised. But honestly, like if I knew I was getting a legit seminar with him one-on-one where he was like going in depth into stuff and really giving you the
Isn't it funny? Is he probably charges $500 an hour, and I bet you could get Danaher for like $250.
Yeah, but Danaher isn't.
Danaher taught him all that shit.
Yeah, but he's not beating everybody the way that Gordon is. So it's kind of crazy.
No, I get it, but it's like, who would you rather learn from, Bruce Lee or Ip Man? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this.
Well, wait, who's Bruce Lee and which one is Ip Man? I mean, technically, Danaher is Ip Man.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But Bruce Lee is the one that
everybody knows, right?
Ip Man only taught him Wing Chun. Bruce Lee did everything else.
I understand that. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm talking about. Are we doing this bad analogy thing again?
The kung fu. Think about it, strict kung fu.
Right.
Like Bruce Lee just getting off the plane, boat, whatever, from China. He's got kung fu. That's what he's got. Wing Chun.
Right.
He's starting to get a little popular because he's starting to get a little name for himself. He hasn't gotten into the whole Jeet Kune Do.
That's his own system. Yet. I think you got it backwards. It would be like learning from Bruce Lee or learning from Danny Inosanto. That's what I would analyze it as. Because Danny Inosanto was technically like a student of Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying. But Ip Man is way more known than
Dan Inosanto? I don't think so.
Oh, they've made movies about Dan Inosanto, or only Ip Man?
I know Dan Inosanto makes movies. Dan Inosanto taught an entire football team.
No, what I'm saying is they don't make movies about Dan Inosanto. Like, people just don't make movies about Dan Inosanto. They make movies about Ip Man for a reason.
They made 3, 4.
Exactly.
4.
How many
but only because off of Bruce Lee.
Right.
Nobody knew who Ip Man was.
Right, but they found out after.
Okay, anyway.
What I'm saying is.
Right.
Ip Man was the master.
Right.
Bruce Lee was the student.
Right.
Bruce Lee, way more famous than the master.
Right.
That's why your analogy does not work.
Okay.
But which one would you rather learn from? Would you rather learn Wing Chun from Bruce Lee or from Ip Man?
I would probably learn from Bruce Lee because for the same reason why I would probably rather study under Gordon than I would under Danaher. Because with Danaher, you're going to get the whole philosophy and it's going to give you the whole, like, he's literally going to start you off from, like, this is how you grab the wrist and stuff, which, by the way, the DVD is amazing. You should definitely get it. But if I go with Gordon, I'm specializing in only this. Like, Gordon, I want to know what you do with your setups. Oh, see, I knew he was going to do it. So I would rather just go that way. I think he just unplugged it. You just got to plug it back in. I would definitely go under Bruce Lee before I would go under Ip Man.
Yeah, see, that's where we diverge. Probably because of my age and I'll get it.
Good licks.
No, it's just you're at a different place on your jiu-jitsu journey. Where I would rather, to me, what would make a better journey for me would be Ip Man. Because I like the philosophy.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, I enjoy it too. I'm just saying that if I'm paying for a seminar, I'm not paying for a seminar on philosophy. If I want a philosophy seminar, I'll pay for it.
Okay, a seminar, I agree. Give me, you know what? What it comes down to is I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to hear I'd have to see how they teach their
Anyway, back to the story at hand here. So it went from going back and forth with Galvao to Galvao disappearing out of the argument. I don't know where they left it off at. That Caio Terra jumped in on it. And now Caio started going back and forth like, I'll go up against you.
In gi or no gi.
In gi or no gi. And then Gordon wrote back, let me see. Because it became such a game of semantics with these two that Gordon said, I will compete against you in a gi with a submission already in hand. Like, you can get me in an armbar. So that was the key. He said armbar, and while somebody else said submission. Let me see. I'll pull it up right now. So Caio Terra wrote, for $300,000, I will gladly fight you, Gordon Love Jiu-Jitsu. You gi or no gi, your choice. With the gi, I give you $100,000 back. After tap you out, I will fight your brother. Don't be scared, homie. And then he started actually kind of attacking him, saying, would love to prove once again that technique beats steroids. So he just went straight for the jugular.
Oh.
Yeah, he went straight for the jugular on that one. And
it's hard. That's a hard...
So if you want to read what he wrote, like, you want to hear what Caio Terra wrote on Instagram?
On the story.
Oh, no, this is like on his post. So
Okay.
what he did was he posted a photo of Gordon from Worlds with his cape and crown, and then he put like a little clown nose on him, and he said, this guy bought a cape and a crown and does it to entertain people. He isn't a king, he's a clown. He continued to talk because this is how he makes money. I get it. I don't agree with it, but to each their own. He challenged a retired athlete and someone who did a lot for this sport, trying to cut the line to make some money. Sure, now he wants to do it for charity, but he also complained about how much tax he paid. Don't be fooled. It's for a write-off. After he kept going, I issued my own challenge, have a match with me in the gi. He made excuses and now is trying to price himself out. The same thing he accused Andre of doing. Crazy how that works, right? When you have all to gain and nothing to lose, you're a lion. But when you have all to lose and nothing to gain, you're a pussy. Hashtag no one wants to be you. Hashtag steroids are cheating. So he kind of really went in on him. And then it really kind of started going back and forth, which it also got out of hand. So... Caio posted that photo of him like as a clown, and Gordon replied to him as, this is when I looked up Caio Terra, like, or this is the photo that pulled up. So he pulled up a photo of a very effeminate guy in like a tank top, and he wrote like, this, I thought this was Caio Terra, something like that. And he's like, if you're gonna post a photo of me, post a photo of Thor, because I look like he's more like Thor, or that's what Gordon said. He's like, I look more like Thor than a clown or whatever. Which Caio wrote back that he typed in Thor Ragnarok and it pulled up this article that said Thor Ragnarok has been labeled Marvel's gayest movie. And he's like, under it, he wrote, sorry, Gordon, didn't know you were into that. Which is kind of like messed up because now he brought that up. So he was trying to go for it, and then he realized he fucked up because you can't really say that nowadays.
Yeah,
like,
which
you
is
can't.
terrible.
It's really stupid.
It's stupid. It's
like,
not. People don't. It's.
He could have gone like a million different ways to like fire back, but he went like, okay, bro, you went back to like 8th grade. Like insults, especially something now that you definitely can't fucking say anymore.
Joey Diaz says it back. Says it best. I'm sorry. He goes,
oh, that's how I grew up.
He goes, I'm an old man.
Yeah, I can't change.
I can't change now.
Yeah, his story is funny, but again, you know, he says he's a teacher. You can't be saying that when you're supposed to be someone's role model. So it kind of got out of hand.
I'm a teacher too. I say a bunch of fucked up shit.
Yeah, well. Again, we're not all there. So it kept on going back and forth, and they were posting that. Now, what I think is funny out of all of this is that it caused so much ire in the jiu-jitsu community that people were going back and forth. Some people were defending Gordon Ryan. Other people were defending Caio.
It's this, like, it's like this identity politics thing.
For sure.
It's the same fucking bullshit.
But here's what bugged me. Because what happened is there was companies like Us Clothing who have nothing to fucking do with this whole conversation trying to jump in and rip into Gordon Ryan. Like, first of all, no one fucking knows who Us Clothing is. So just because you're butt buddies with with Caio Terra doesn't mean that you can go out and sit there and jump into the conversation. It's got nothing to fucking do with you. You don't even have $150,000 in a company to put up in this competition. So shut the fuck up and sit the hell down. Let these people
you don't
take
know
care of
that you don't know if they have it or not. But the bottom line is
if they had that, they would be selling a lot more fucking
here's
clothes.
the bottom line. You know who shouldn't talk unless you have won ADCC or the Worlds or EBI or any of that shit. Unless you've won that stuff at the highest level there is, you shouldn't say shit. You shouldn't say shit. Your opinion is nothing. Our opinion is nothing. We're lucky.
Sure.
We're lucky if people listen to us, but that's all it is a fucking opinion. But to think that what you say about Gordon Ryan, like that you have any place to say what he's doing is wrong or right or whatever
who the fuck
on
are
either
you?
side of the equation.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
And that's the funny part because I really, really wanted to jump into the conversations and call people out. And I called a couple of people out because they started posting stuff, talking all kinds of shit. And I ended up actually tagging Gordon Ryan. I'm like, well, if you're going to talk shit about someone, at least have the balls to fucking tag them. Don't be a fucking pussy about it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to talk shit about someone, I'm going to fucking tag them. I don't really care. But I'm not going to sit there and be a fucking... a little bitch about it. So many of these people, there's so many people in this whole conversation that are talking shit, but they won't tag anybody, and they're all kissing all these other people's ass who let's be honest, at the end of the day, everybody's talking shit about Gordon Ryan. It's oh, he's so disrespectful, is this and that. Okay, I agree that maybe he's being disrespectful on trying to catch the attention, but let's not be mistaken here. Everybody that he's pissed off in the back room, they're saying just as much shit, if not worse. He's at least doing it in front of everybody.
Here's what's gonna happen is you got these white belts and blue belts, even purple belts, brown belts, black belts who have never done shit, saying something on the fucking Instagram. But if they were in a room with fucking,
they wouldn't say a fucking
they
word.
wouldn't. You know what they do? They'd swing from their nuts. Either one of these people.
Yeah. Oh, hey man, I love you.
Yeah, that they would swing from their nuts if they were in a room alone with them.
For sure.
So,
and that's why I say, you know what? That's why at the end of the day, I didn't say shit. I didn't say a single thing. I just sat there and said, okay, if you're gonna talk shit about someone, at least tag them. Have the balls to fucking tag them.
Which Gordon Ryan does.
Oh, yeah.
Which Caio Terra does. Which Cyborg does. And Andre Galvao does. These people can fight their own battles.
But that's what I think it's funny. It's all these people that are arguing, it's same thing. It's what the fuck have you done? What have you done? So now, all that aside, everything ends with Gordon Ryan announcing that he's going to go into MMA. So he took the time to sit there and say I'm giving up on training no-gi. I'm going to go and focus on MMA now. And he was at least humble enough to sit there and say, I think someone posted, I forget what it was, said, on a scale from 1 to 10, how good is your striking right now? And he's somewhere between 0 and 1. So he's at least he's honest about it.
Yeah.
Now, bring all this together, the one thing that I did tag about, and which was actually really pissed me the fuck off, and I'll call them out on, is Flow Grappling making that post about Keenan Cornelius. Did you see it?
Yes, that was, and I'm kind of, I have a working relationship with Flow Grappling, so I don't want to step on too many toes.
You don't have to. I will.
Right.
I don't give a shit. I think it's stupid because it makes us look like bad. Yeah, I told you he was gonna do it. It's whatever. He's antsy. He wants to go out and do stuff. What did he knock down?
Nothing. He just unplugged the sign again. Oh yeah, macho.
Whatever. But
my dog, for those.
Yeah, Petey is in the studio.
Yeah, my dog's in the studio. He's visiting for the evening.
He's roaming.
So he runs into stuff. Go that way. But yeah, so yeah, clickbait.
Yeah, it's clickbait, shit. But it's also disrespectful because Keenan's got other shit to do, right?
And they take it out of when you take something out of context, anybody could take anything out of context. I could say,
I mean, it's anything. It really comes down to how
Right.
you clip it. But that's what's fucked up is that there's a difference between taking a sound clip and then just taking the sound clip and just posting the text, because then you're really not getting any of the context of it. So what happened is, and let me read this. So Flow Grappling, careful with the mic. He's pulling the cable.
Okay.
So Flow Grappling has a podcast, and I'm not gonna sit there and just give them a free
No,
advertisement.
go ahead. Let people hear them.
Well, that's the thing. So if you go to Jiu-Jitsu Radio on Instagram, so what happened was Keenan was on the podcast, and they were having a conversation about BJ Penn. Keenan actually trained with BJ Penn, and he's friends with him, like just not like best friends, but they're friends.
Friends.
His stepdad is friends with him. So they were talking to him like, "Oh, what'd you think about it? What'd you think about the?" He's like just randomly laying down. He's like, "What do you think about BJ Penn getting knocked out?" And he's like, "Oh, it sucks. I feel bad for him, but it's bound to happen." And then he's like, "That's why I want to see Gordon Ryan get knocked out. I can't wait for it." So the quote that they used was, "I can't wait to see Gordon Ryan fight MMA because he's going to get knocked out eventually, and it's going to be so satisfying." That's the quote that they use in this like super creepy photo.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Which, if you go look at the actual conversation or like the posts, he wrote like, "Will you guys please stop using this photo? Like, please just stop using this photo." And he's like, take this down." He's like, "That's a horrible photo." So what I did was I actually went and I listened to the podcast and I took the soundbite of what the conversation actually was. So you can actually hear what they were saying, but they just took it in there, like they took it way out of context, man. It's so stupid.
Right. But look, here's the thing. I don't begrudge them trying to get people to listen to them.
But here's where, like, what pisses me off is Keenan's got other shit to do, right? So if we decided to try and get him on the podcast, now he's going to sit there and be like, "Man, I'm kind of jaded. I did that podcast from Flow Grappling, and
Right.
they went and they did that to me. How do I know that you guys aren't going to do that so you guys get more listeners?" So it kind of fucks the little guys over,
Yeah. Well, but that's as we say at my mom's house. That's life on the farm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with shit when you get to a certain level in jiu-jitsu. You got, people want to talk to you. People want to hear you talk. We're not there.
Yeah. I'm still never going to sit there and just take something out of fucking context and just put it up there just to get clickbait. Like, that's like, go fuck yourself. That's stupid.
No, no, look, it's dishonest. And I don't want people to listen to us just to hear
A soundbite.
a soundbite. If people are going to listen to us, I want them to be entertained by what we do.
Yeah. Not just because, like, oh, we managed to get someone to say this tiny little sentence that if you heard it, like, separate to the rest of the conversation, it would sound like all kinds of crazy shit.
Drama sells.
Oh, for sure.
Drama sells. And fuck drama.
Yeah, I got no time for that.
I don't got no time for drama. I'd rather, like, if we do this because it's fun and we laugh and we have a good time, but if this was fucking all about, like, drama and, like, he said, she said stuff,
I'd be here all day.
I'd be like, you know what? Do that. Have fun.
You have fun with that.
Have fun with that.
Go ahead and take care of that. So yeah, that was kind of the craziness of the past, I guess, week and a half in jiu-jitsu. I'm sure some other stuff happened that we didn't go over, but that was the thing that took over the internet for the last couple of days. How nutty is that?
It shows you how small the jiu-jitsu community really is. If something that small got the entire community up in arms.
Yeah. But I think it's funny, it's that people still don't get it. Like, people still don't get it. We're not doing regular tournaments anymore. People want to make money in jiu-jitsu. You got to get people interested. He's going the exact same route that Conor McGregor did with Jose Aldo. And he's just sitting there picking. He's like, oh, who can I pick? Who could I sit there and go up against?
Well, no, technically, these people are choosing him.
No. He's starting up the shit show. Remember, Conor did that with Jose Aldo.
No,
he started
but
talking
Galvao
trash.
made the post first.
Right, but he's like, he could have sat there and just let it slide.
No, I understand. But what I'm saying is, he's not technically starting the shit.
This one he didn't.
This one he didn't.
Yeah.
And
The
I
Worlds
don't.
he kind of did.
I don't even think he did it at the Worlds
I think
either.
he did.
I mean, he was making a like.
He knew what he was doing.
I'm
Who
sure
else
he knew what he was
bracket?
doing, but at the same time, he should say stuff like that. Like
Again,
like,
I agree. That's the,
like-
if I was actually good and I was to his level where I could
Yeah.
sit there and I could take part in these kinds of like tournaments and events.
No, you.
Oh my gosh,
you
this
should
shit
say
talking
that.
out.
Yeah. But it's like it wasn't mean spirited shit talking.
No.
It wasn't mean
I
spirited.
think you're being naive on that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying stay home, boys. Like that's not a mean spirited thing. It's just like
No, but you know what it takes to blow on the Kindle to turn a fire.
yeah. But the bottom line is if Cyborg just would have laughed off, he goes, "I'll just see you." Too late. I already bought my plane ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that would have been like a bitch move.
No one.
Yeah, it would.
I don't think so.
Like you either don't reply or you replied like the way that Cyborg did
Right.
with like
Well-
his post. But you don't say like, haha, well I got my ticket anyway, sorry.
Well,
Like,
it's not. You
can't
don't
do
say
that.
you don't say sorry, but
So either way, I think it's funny because he caused more attention in jiu-jitsu in the last 3 days than most people have in
who
the
has
last
gotten
year.
jiu-jitsu more coverage over the last 2 years than Gordon Ryan?
Well, not even Craig Jones. Like, and EBI has kind of lost its flavor. Like, EBI has definitely lost its flavor. Like, they don't, the events aren't as like popularly broadcasted, if you will.
Yeah, well, but again, Gordon Ryan is basically everybody's shitting on Gordon Ryan. What everybody should be doing is tickling his balls because he's bringing more attention to jiu-jitsu than anybody
See, like
else.
I'm not even like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna love everything Gordon Ryan's doing. Like, fuck that. It's not that. I want to see the guy compete so I can look at his technique and see what's going on. I just want to see a good match. I want to see a good fight. But I'm not gonna get involved in this whole back and forth. Andre Galvao doesn't give a fuck what I have to say. Gordon Ryan isn't going to give a fuck what I have to say. So, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm still going to sit there and call out, like, well, that's kind of stupid. And then, actually, what's funny is that Gordon tried to throw it back on Galvao and said, okay, you don't want to do it for this much? Will you do it for charity? Do it for charity. If you're all about helping people, do it for fucking charity. And Galvao didn't say a word because you can't. It's like he said no. So you're telling me you don't want to compete for charity? You don't give a shit about all these kids that could use that money to have food and clothes? Like, what are you going to do? You're pretty much going to be like, fuck, now I have to go. Otherwise, I look like an asshole. It's like worse than when you go to the grocery store and then like you just finished paying $150 on food on like shit that you know you're not going to eat right now.
Would you
Would you like to donate
to
$2
Special
to St.
Olympics?
Jude's? Would you like to donate for Special Olympics? Like, no, thank you. Like,
If you know what I think would be the best thing to collect money is
don't you dare say the roundup.
the roundup, dude.
Fuck that.
If Publix said,
Well,
can we round
Whole
this
Foods
up?"
does that.
Yeah, I would do that in a
you
heartbeat.
wouldn't.
Yeah, I do it every time. If I would do it, if I could do
If
that.
you went to Whole Foods.
If I went to Whole
Yeah,
Foods.
okay. So then it fucking makes this whole conversation
But I've
moot.
gone to Whole Foods and I have done that.
Oh, okay. Well, I've donated once before.
No,
Doesn't mean it counts forever.
No, I give the charity. Well, I don't need. It has nothing to do with that. But I'm saying it has to do with it would make it easier. Like if you're paid $6.
Well, that's why they do it at the register.
right. That's what they should do at Publix or
They do. Not the roundup, but they ask
No,
you.
I know. If they did the roundup, they said, "Would you? Oh, look, it's $5.95. Would you like to put the other 5 cents towards it, or five? Even if it was $5.05?
Yeah.
Would you like? Yeah. Why not? It's 95 cents.
You know what's funny is last year I went to the Publix by my old apartment.
There's some people that don't have Publix. Publix is like our big
Kroger's.
Kroger's
Winn-Dixie.
or Ingles or
Whatever.
It's the big grocery store down here.
Right. So, anyway, I went into Publix, and there was a lady. Instead of like how they normally do at the register, this lady was by the front doors, like on the inside, not the outside, on the inside, just yelling like, "Donate money, please donate money!" Like she was just saying like random stuff, and you could tell, like she had been going for like a solid 2-3 hours straight. just yelling at random intervals the same thing over and over again. So like when I'm sitting there paying, I could see the girl, like the cashier girl, like just seething in anger, like shut the fuck up. I was like, she's probably like just scared off or pissed off more people from donating than actually helped out. Like for sure. Like you can't be there, donate your money, like yelling at the top of your lungs.
I'd end up laughing.
I mean, I laughed, but
like if I was working at Publix and I kept hearing that, I would end up just laughing and then eventually getting angry, being like, shut up.
I just like, yo, shut the fuck up, Doris.
Jeez.
It's so annoying. I'm starting to lose my voice here. So, I didn't tell you, but I'm going to LA next week.
La La Land.
I am going.
Which is a very underrated movie if you haven't seen it.
Never watched it.
It's good.
Never watched it. Anyway, going to LAX because I am photographing another karate combat event.
Nice. Where they holding this one?
I forget the name of the venue. I guess it's some historic concert venue. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. Which is crazy because it's gonna be like right on the strip. So I'm staying right down the street from the Chinese theater. I don't know if they still call it the Chinese theater. Do they call it the Chinese theater?
It's now the East Asian Corridor Theater.
I definitely don't think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's actually pretty cool, man. I really love working with these karate combat crews. It's Avalon Hollywood. That's what it is, and it's right across the street from Capitol Records. So, which is
the building with the spike up top.
Well, the one that actually looks like a record, like stacked up.
Yeah.
Which is cool for me because obviously, like just from like the years working in the music industry, that was like one of the places I always wanted to go check out.
You know what made me want to check that out? The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, starring one Andrew Dice Clay.
Never watched it.
You've never seen The Adventures of Ford Fairlane?
Never.
I don't even know why I talk to you.
Neither do I. Because I'm not like, I will listen to like Dice's like skill, what you would call it, like comedy or whatever.
Well, that movie was basically all of his skits
put together
into one movie.
Well, that was like the Jerky Boys movie.
Yeah, but it was well done. I thought it was well done.
Didn't that come out in like 98 or something?
No, it came out in like 91 or 92.
Yeah, that's way back.
It's old as shit, but it's awesome.
Have you seen him now?
Ed
he
O'Neill
looks like
is in
shit.
it. Yeah, dude. If you don't watch Dice on, I think it's on HBO or Showtime. It's
the
called,
new one.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. Dice is funny. They did. I don't know if they did another season. I forget. But
yeah, because he started that show, right?
And at the end of Ford Fairlane, there's a big fight scene on top of Capitol Records.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, because he's the rock and roll detective.
That's funny.
You have to see that movie.
I haven't watched it. I gotta go watch it. I'm just double checking to make sure everything's still running. Yeah, we're good. No, I'm not gonna watch an Andrew Dice Clay movie. It's not 1991.
It's also got Ed O'Neill in it.
Anyway,
Ed O'Neill, who is Al Bundy.
Anyway, I'll
Booty
be
time.
I'll be in LA. I'm leaving Tuesday night. I get back Sunday. So get this. So down the street from the hotel, there's the Museum of Death. So this museum has like a collection of like notes and all sorts of art.
You know what else is over there? Is Amoeba Records.
Yeah. Amoeba Records is great. I used to spin like a lot of their stuff like back in the day when I had my radio show at FAU. I haven't heard of Amoeba in forever.
No, Amoeba Record Store is the biggest record store I've ever been in.
But they have a record label.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be. I don't know if they're the same.
Yeah.
But Amoeba.
It's like Amoeba Music or something.
This place was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Let me see. I'm going to take a break real quick. We got to just fix something. All right, we're back. I got to cut that one later on. Yeah, anyway, so I'll be out there. It'll be cool. It's going to be a short trip.
Are you going to bring a gi?
I was thinking about it, but I'm not going to have that kind of time. I got to double check.
What time do you get there?
I get there Tuesday night, like late at night.
And when are you leaving?
Sunday. But
that's a lot of time.
No, not really, because you got to remember, Wednesday is weigh-ins, so I'm going to have to edit those photos. And then I still got to do my regular work stuff. And then Thursday night is the fight. So I'll be up all night editing the photos. So I'll probably go to bed at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'll probably end up getting up at like 10, 11, just so I can get up and move and go check stuff out. And again, I still got to do my work. And then Saturday, I'm meeting up with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a couple of years. We're going to try and hike up the Hollywood sign. And then
I think you should ditch that friend and train somewhere.
I mean, it'd be cool to go check out like 10th Planet and go.
Yeah, there's a bunch of places out there.
Yeah. So I'll see. I'm thinking about it. I'll try it, but it's one of those run and gun kind of trips. I don't get to sit there on the coast.
I get it. It's just that was one thing. That's one thing I regret is not like I've competed in California. I just didn't train.
Yeah.
In California. No,
it'd be cool to go out there and train. I think this one I'm just really kind of getting to go work and relax and chill. It's funny, I actually am going to get to hang out with my buddies from the Dirty Heads because they're out there. So they might come out to the show. I get to hang out with them. I haven't seen them in like 2 years. So it'd be cool to see them. And I'm kind of stoked.
Yeah.
Non-stop flight. So I'll get to at least try and power nap during the flight, if that's doable.
You fly Virgin?
No, I've never flown Virgin Airlines.
Virgin's rad.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try it. But if I do that, I'll do it for like an international flight. I'm not going to do it for... I don't think you could even fly from here to California on Virgin.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Did you?
Yeah, from Fort Lauderdale.
Why do I feel like you told me about that trip? Oh, no, it was somebody else.
When I won the World Championships.
Yeah,
we flew on Virgin.
No, it should be cool. I always wanted to do that. I definitely want to do like a couple of gym trips, like go and train in different places. It'd be cool to do. So far, I've only gotten to go film at different gyms, but I've gotten to see some of the best gyms ever. So it's kind of cool. I still got to go see Henzo's gym. He invited me to come in and take photos. I just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, Henzo's, Marcelo's.
Marcelo's would be cool. I mean, definitely.
That's all East Coast. That's shit on the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Shaolin's, obviously, like
that's what
Hobson's.
We should do. What we should do is do a trip to New York, or like a Friday through Monday trip to New York,
and just like train every day at a different school.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. I could knock that out. I could definitely do that. We could do one day like JT Torres's, one day at Shaolin's, one day at Henzo's, another day at Matt Serra's.
There goes Marcelo's though.
And they're Marcelo's, and that's
five.
Yeah.
You give there on a Friday.
Are you talking about just on a weekend?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If I'm going up there for a week. Fuck that.
Yeah, that I don't know if I could pull off, but like a weekend, I was thinking like a weekend trip. Go fly up on like a Thursday night,
right?
Train somewhere on Friday and Saturday, chill Sunday, do a little sightseeing, come back Monday.
I could do that. I mean, you could get flights pretty cheap. I got my flight back from LA pretty cheap, $200, $300, pretty cheap for a nonstop flight.
Yeah,
and I got the window seat, like a boss.
I flew on. When I went up to North Carolina, I flew on Frontier. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, everybody, like, they have those plastic seats.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're out of the front 3 rows, you can't recline your seat.
Oh, fuck that. I can't.
But I don't recline my seat anyways.
Why?
I just don't.
You do it because you feel bad for the person behind you. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Like, who cares?
It's just, so... But the seats weren't uncomfortable, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad, and it was cheap. That's why. That's the whole thing about Frontier is it's cheap. If I didn't need to bring a bag up, like if I just would have had a backpack, that trip would have cost me $150 round trip.
That's not bad. You could like
it would have been $19 the return trip.
Yeah. See, like Spirit used to do those deals. I don't know if they still do it. Like every once in a while, they'll have like flights for super cheap. They had a flight from Palm Beach to Orlando for $17. I was like, fuck it, I should do it. Just to say that I just flew to Orlando and came right back.
Yeah,
$17.
Yeah.
It cost me $17. The fuel itself to like fill up the plane was thousands and thousands of dollars, but I only paid $17.
Yeah, and it's a straight shot from from West Palm too. Not even for. I didn't have to go down to Fort Lauderdale or anything.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy. I
Yeah.
hate Fort Lauderdale Airport is a pain in the dick.
Really, it's pretty easy for
I
me.
hate Fort Lauderdale Airport. It's always crowded. Have you ever tried to? It's like the setup is just for shit.
It's a bad setup. It was like they kept on building and building onto it instead of like connecting it. There's like, okay, well, let's just put this one over
a
there.
terminal here, a terminal there. What is there? 4 fucking terminals? 3 terminals?
4
terminals?
No, 3.
I think there's 3.
It's 3. Like
there's one when you go.
The first long one.
It's like a square, but with the one open side.
Yeah.
It's like fuck you, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, it was a bad design. It's not as bad as like Denver.
I've never been to Denver.
Denver is a fucking horrendous airport to go to.
West Palm, awesome airport.
Yeah, there's only like 2 strips and that's it.
There's Concourse A and Concourse B. One fucking terminal.
Well, one's departing, one's like arriving. That's
and
it.
it's like, Palm Beach is great. Like,
well, that's
Raleigh's great. It's one big long. Yeah, it's one big long strip. That's it.
I'm thinking Charleston. Never mind. Yeah.
Raleigh's great, but enough about traveling. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking forward to it. That's actually going to be the first trip of the year.
As we put everybody to sleep with our travel.
No, I dig it. I definitely am looking forward to the trip. It should be cool. And the fights are looking pretty good. Oh, here's the kicker. This is the part I forgot to tell you. This is why I'm so fucking excited. Guess who's going to be hosting it? Who's going to be doing like the interviews and stuff?
Boss Rutan.
Well, no, Boss is going to be obviously one of the commentators.
Okay, give me a hint. Superfoot.
No. Way better.
Don the Dragon Wilson.
Way better.
Is that a movie or
movie
person?
Once upon a
Chuck
time.
Norris.
Once upon a time in New Mexico or in Mexico.
Once upon a time. Brad Pitt?
Nope. Who else is in the movie?
Johnny Depp?
Danny Trejo.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be cool. Like if I get to meet him.
Machete.
Yeah, Machete. If I can get a photo with him, I'm fucking done. I'd be solid. That'd be cool. Just to go meet him, say, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Right? It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. He's a cool dude.
I gotta get my beard ready so I look good in the photos. This is like weeks.
Yeah, you got that weak sauce beard.
I got the fucking weakest beard. I really do. But if I grow it out anymore, like I can't grow a beard like yours.
You can't grow a beard like mine.
Like even if I took like a year, it would just look scraggly.
It would look bushy, but like
scraggly.
sparse.
It would just be scraggly. I'm not a beard guy.
You need to get one of those things. Have you seen them advertised? It's like a rolling. It's got like spikes and it's supposed to promote hair growth.
No, I'm good. This is not like 1920s. I'm not gonna have the snake oil brush to get a beard.
I don't know if it's. Look, I'm just saying what I saw. I was thinking about getting one for the top of my fucking head.
Why don't you just go get the PRP shots?
Because I don't care that much. I'm not spending.
Really?
Yeah, I really
You
don't.
do with the amount of time you spend to shave it, you don't care that much?
No, I shave it 3 days a week.
Oh, man. How do you get like the little like nooks and crannies in there?
Ancient Chinese secret.
Yeah? You have to like actually like spread the butt crack and go
I'm
for
not
it?
going to tell you how I get that.
Do you wax your head?
I do not wax my head.
Would you wax your head?
Probably not.
Why not?
Probably fucking hurt like a motherfucker.
I think you toughen it out.
I could tough it out, but why?
Just saying.
What's it worth?
Oh, can we talk about how Kamaru now is going for the title shot against Tyron Woodley?
Yeah.
Like, how good is that?
All right, good.
Wow. Deep conversation, brother.
Yeah. No, it's fucking rad. It's
right?
fucking rad that somebody like that we know that like we don't. It's not like, oh, I've seen this dude.
Sorry.
It's not like, hey, I've seen this dude, or oh, yeah, he works out at my gym. It's somebody who trains.
Well, it's someone that like, I mean, I've rolled with since purple belt, and someone that I've known for what, like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah,
I mean, I've done work with him.
Trains at my gym when he wants to do privates.
Yeah.
He comes to my gym all by himself. Doesn't get bothered.
It's funny. It's like the whole time that I've known Kamaru, he's been kind of like the underground hardest worker and all that. Like next to like Gilbert and stuff like that,
yeah.
He's been like one of the hardest working people.
Did you see the Ben Askren trying to call him out?
Yeah, he was calling him Marty. Yeah.
Which is funny though, because that's how I knew him.
Yeah, no. When I first met him, that's like I know him too. And then like, I'm like, who's Kamaru? I was like, oh, that's you. I'm like, okay, I guess we're not calling you Marty anymore.
Yeah, we're not calling you Marty no more.
Not that it like fucking matters.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that didn't happen to me when I first moved to the country.
I asked him why. Did you ever ask him how he got the name Marty? It was one of his wrestling coaches asked him his name, and he said Kamaru.
Yeah.
And the wrestling coach couldn't hear him, but he heard Maru.
Yeah.
So he started calling him Marty.
That's funny.
So that's where he got the nickname of Marty.
It'd be funny though, because didn't he like? I don't know what his wrestling record was.
I have no idea.
I gotta look it up. I gotta ask him.
I don't know where he wrestled. Was it Nebraska?
I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think he was like. It's funny. He's actually got a couple of crazy stories he told me about when he like wrestled in college. Like, I think one night they got like stranded like in a snowstorm or something, like freezing their ass off in a bus or like in the hotel, like some crazy stuff. But he's definitely doesn't have like an easy story.
No. Well, he is the true American dream. Him and his family came here from.
I thought you were gonna say like Coming to America.
No.
Right.
him and his family came here from Nigeria, and created a life, and he worked hard for everything he's got.
Yeah.
So it's like Kamaru is the American dream.
For sure.
The American dream personified.
It's literally like I wouldn't say storybook, but I mean, you're talking about
if he wins this belt,
for sure,
that's pretty much storybook.
Yeah, I mean that was the kind of like the storyline they were trying to give to Francis Ngannou, like in a super short amount of time, all of a sudden he's fighting for the belt. Like Kamaru's doing the same thing, only he fucking took the long road. He had a super long road.
Well, yeah, he was a sparring partner for years before he started fighting.
You know what's funny is like every once in a while I go through my archives because I always forget like what footage I have, and I actually found footage of AJ Souza sparring, like when he used to come to Jocko and spar. So I have footage of AJ actually doing MMA.
Huh.
Yeah, I told him I was like, hey, if you're ever mean to me, I'm gonna release this now. I gotta talk to him. I don't know what he's been up to.
It's funny how, like, that's the only way, like, combat athletes can really make money is with MMA. Like, you're not
gonna get it from teaching.
Not gonna get it from teaching. You're not gonna get it from jiu-jitsu matches, even though Gordon Ryan seems to find all his money.
Especially back then.
He's finding out him and Tonin. I wonder if there's a backer up there.
Where?
I'm wondering if there's a backer at like a financial backer up at Henzo's.
Sure.
That like.
Well, Ali trained at Henzo's, and Henzo actually vouched for Ali a ton of times. So there's tons of stuff that goes on there. I'm sure that there's like some big money guys that train up there. You know that Gordon got his black belt from Gary Tonin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they're all like whatever's going on up there. I mean, someone's got to be a smart financial.
Yeah, I'm wondering. What I'm wondering is if there's some rich like Henzo Gracie member.
I'm sure that there
because
are.
It's not cheap
Yeah.
to train at Henzo Gracie's. It's in Manhattan. It's not cheap to live in Manhattan. It's not cheap to do anything in Manhattan.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, who knows? I mean, I'm sure it'd be cool to find out. I actually did reach out to him and see if he wanted to be on the podcast. So hopefully he'll jump on one of these days.
Who?
Gordon.
Oh.
Yeah. You can ask him directly. Would you ask him? Be like, hey, where do you get all your money from?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. I don't think you would.
I would.
He's coming out with a DVD. I think he's working on passes or whatever. I'm still telling you, you haven't seen the Danaher. Oh, dude, you gotta watch it.
I have not seen it, and I do want to see it. It's funny. I don't know if you saw what I posted the other week or the other day on Instagram, or it was the meme about coming back from an injury to train, and it was the meme of the guy standing, and then another guy getting ready to attack you, and it said another injury.
Yeah.
That's what fucking happened to me.
Oh, you got hurt again?
I twisted the good side of my back, not my bad side.
Well,
I twisted the good side.
I could have told you it was going to happen. It's been trying to compensate this whole fucking time.
Well, no, it was being under a 255 or 250 pound black belt.
Yeah.
And I had to explode out. And that
Who was it?
I forget, his name's John, but I don't remember his.
Yeah.
But I had to explode to get out, and I felt like afterwards I was like, son of a
Like
bitch.
you knew right away?
Well, no, I didn't know. I knew when the roll was over and I stood up. I was like,
Yeah. Oh, well, there it is.
there it is. But it's not. What this is hurt. It's not injured. I know the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
The right side is injured.
Yeah.
The left side is just hurt. So I did it I did it Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. Yeah. And and then it was feeling great, and then Thursday I just like, oh, I feel great. I'm going to do Viking. That was a bad idea.
Why would you do that?
Because it felt fine. It felt fine. And I've been doing I've been doing the yoga, and I've been going, I was swimming, and I'm doing all this stuff. I was like, oh, feels good. I don't feel anything actually. And so I did Thursday, and then I woke up Friday wrecked.
Yeah.
So I've been
You gotta try those was it the Ferguson or Jefferson curls that Lee showed me? They've been helping my back out a lot. Where you just gotta like lay your body like all the way down kind of thing. You gotta try those out.
I don't know. The yoga's doing great. Like I did yoga.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Well, it is now because it's fixing me. So this week, what I'm going to do is I'll do yoga this week. No lifting, no conditioning.
Right, but how long has your back been messed up? Not the new one.
The new
old
one. The old one is almost 2 years.
Yeah, so clearly yoga's not really helping that out. Huh?
No, that's where you're wrong, because I was only doing yoga 1 day a week until like 2 or 3 months ago, and my back was killing me.
Right.
I started doing yoga, every 5 days, 4 to 6 days a week. I've been doing yoga for the last 3 months, and my bad side, the injured side, went from I'd say about 40% to right now I'd say my bad side's about 85-90%.
Hurt or healed?
Healed.
And what about the bad side now?
The bad side right now feels about, or the
new
bad side right now feels like 70. But the other day it was at like 30.
Right.
So it was to the point where I was breathing in.
Yeah.
And it was
like you could hear it.
I could feel it. It was like
it's a weird tension. Yeah, I hate that.
So,
Are you sure it's not a pinched nerve?
No, I'm positive. It's muscular. Like I know both of these are muscular.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's like. Well, you should get an MRI. You should get that. No.
I hate that.
But there's a difference between, knowing what's wrong. Yeah. Because the way I hurt my back, I know what it was, and I've talked to, probably about 100 people about this back, and a lot of experts about it. They're like, oh yeah, it's a muscular thing. Yeah. And that's what it is I just really ripped my lower back muscle.
Yeah. I think it's funny, like it's probably better to not just go through like, oh, I need an x-ray, I need an MRI. You're probably better off not getting it and just doing the rehab on your own that you should be doing. So, because once you know what it is, then it just starts fucking with your head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have a herniated disc. Oh, I can't do anything. I have a herniated disc. No, I can't do that. But if you didn't know, you're like,
I'm just rehabbing it with yoga. Yoga, yoga is the truth. I tell everybody this. Yoga is changing my life as much now as jiu-jitsu did 12 years ago. Yeah. Like how I feel. Yeah. Both inside and out. Like it's such a good escape for the mind, or escape isn't the right word.
It's meditative.
It's meditative. Yeah. It's meditative. So it's like, I'm really, really like. Do I wish it was shorter than an hour and a half? Yes.
Yeah, but you got to put in the time.
Right, obviously. But like, do I wish it was like if it was an hour, I'd be even happier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I get there's a time but like I wish they could speed up that timetable to an hour instead of an hour and a half.
Pay your dues.
But but it's feeling better. It's like I said, I'll just take this week. I'm not going to lift. All I'm going to do is yoga, and I might roll on Thursday. We'll see how I feel. Or I might just save it for Friday.
Save it for like the open mat or something.
Yeah.
Why? What's the point of rushing it? You're not competing anytime soon.
Well, I wanted to compete in February, but
You still can, but not if you just rush it back.
I'm not going to compete in February
Why?
because it's I haven't been able to train because it's the competition is a month away. I think less than a month away. I'm not going to be
I think we're literally at a month away right now.
Yeah, I just don't have. I'm not going to do something that I can't.
Right. I know. I hear you.
I can't put the time in, and I don't want to go there in unprepared.
Yeah.
I'm fine losing to higher skilled people. I'm fine losing to better conditioned people. Well, actually, I'm not. I should be better conditioned.
You don't want to go unprepared, is what it is. That's all it is.
Yeah. I'd rather, if you're going to beat me, I want you to beat me with skill. I don't want you to beat me because I'm hurt or tired or whatever.
Yeah, that's a shitty feeling.
And it sucks because I haven't competed in almost 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Because of my back.
Yeah. I still say PRP shot. It's funny enough, I actually ran into Tim the other day. I went to go grab something to eat, and he just popped up. I'm like, what the fuck you doing here? I haven't seen you in forever. So shout out to Tim and Andy and all the guys that know with Genix.
I have to talk to them because I don't know if it's good for muscles. I know it's.
Of course it is.
Everybody says how good it is for like the joints.
No, 100% it's good for the muscle. You're taking that whole section. You're improving that whole section. It's all going into your system either way, so it's going to help out for sure.
Yeah, I'll think about that.
I think we should probably wrap it up. I think we're done for the day. It's time
to
call things quits for the day. You didn't do your...
Today I learned?
Yeah.
Well...
You got anything for me?
I got a lot of stuff.
What did you learn today?
Well, I love... I think everybody should get off of social media and just go to Reddit and fuck social media. But
Reddit is social media, though.
Sorta, but not like, to me. It's not really, because you don't have to deal with people's personal bullshit. It's like a forum. It's like you can read the story and not read their personal bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this was the one that I read the other day. That made me like, oh, that's a cool one. Today I learned moon rocks are considered a national treasure and can't be sold in the U.S.
They can't be sold?
Can't be sold.
Bullshit, they can't.
They can't.
Why?
Because they're a national treasure. They can't be sold.
I'll sell whatever the fuck I want.
Fine.
If I had a moon rock...
How are you going to get a moon rock?
Okay, that's besides the point. If I had a moon rock and someone said, hey, I'll give you $1 billion for that moon rock, guess what? I'm fucking selling that fucking moon rock. I don't give a fuck. For $1 billion, I'll just spend that $200 million, go back up there with that SpaceX there, go get me another one, come back, sell that one too for $1 billion. Fuck that.
I don't think you could get $1 billion.
How do you know? Do you have a moon rock?
No.
Have you sold? Do you know what the current value for a moon rock is?
I bet it's not $1 billion. We got a Google machine right here.
Do you know that...
I'll tell you what the Google machine says.
No, look up this, though. I forget who it was. I want to say it was like Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong presented somebody with a moon rock. And years later, they had that moon rock analyzed, and it was actually petrified wood.
In the student's case, the federal court set the value of the moon rocks at $50,000 per gram.
50,000 per gram. So a pound of moon rock is how much?
So a pound is... How
many grams in a pound?
I don't know. What do I look like? I'm not a metric.
I have to look it up.
I'm finding other stuff out here
right now. Here, like, how many grams in a pound? Survey says, come on, Siri. 1 pound. So 453.59 grams.
453 times 50,000. So let's say 454 says 0.9, right?
Right. Or round up, like with charity.
So
How
a
much
1
is it?
pound moon rock
Is how much?
is $22 million.
See? I'm saying.
$22 million for a 1 pound moon rock.
Right. That's pretty solid. Talking about you can't sell it. Of course you can fucking sell it. You can sell whatever the hell you want. But back to look it up. Look up. I want to see who it was. So they gave when they came back from the moon, they gave it to somebody. It's like some dignitary or something. They gave him a chunk of the moon. They gave him a moon rock, and then they found out it was actually petrified wood.
Moon rock.
Petrified wood. That's all you gotta type.
That's
in.
what I'm gonna put.
I want to make sure that I'm not completely crazy on this one. I know that.
Well, it was one of the top ones.
What's it say?
Moon rock in museum is petrified wood. Moon rock given to Holland by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin is fake.
See? Boom. We didn't land on the moon. Fucking blow your mind, son. Who does that? Why would they do that? Does it have a photo of it?
Moon rock, Dutch Prime Minister.
See? It's fucked up, right?
Unless something got switched on the.
That's the other thing. Like maybe like the guy that owns the dignitary or whatever was just like, oh, I'm gonna put the fake one out there.
I'm gonna put this one out there.
I don't know because like Buzz Aldrin didn't sit there and say anything afterwards.
He might have sold the real one on the fucking black market.
I don't know, man. I doubt it. He was all too patriotic for that stuff. But
no, I'm not talking Buzz Aldrin. I'm talking
the dignitary.
The dignitary.
No,
might
not
have
from
did
Holland.
the old switcheroo.
The old switchy. No, I think you're good. All right, we're going to call this one a quits for the day. We're out. It's getting late, and I still got to shower after training. Go ahead and, Shawn, why don't you tell them where they can follow you?
Hey, guys, you can follow me on Instagram, at GorillaBoyBJJ. I also have a Twitter that's the same, but I don't do anything with that.
So why would you tell them?
I don't know.
You just want to sound special.
But I don't know why I have a Twitter because I don't do anything with the Twitter.
Follow Shawn on Twitter and then just make fun of him. So when he's not on there, you just go ahead. Send him animal pee-pee pics. So the day that he finally goes on there on Instagram or on Twitter, that's all he sees. That's probably the best prank you could do. And follow him at GorillaBoyBJJ on Instagram. Go ahead and follow the podcast, Jiu-Jitsu Radio, on Instagram, Twitter, all of the above. It's on Facebook too, so we're trying to post more stuff on Facebook. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast.
The Shitcast.
The Shitcast. Follow the podcast, subscribe to it, whether it's iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever the hell you're at. Follow me at Sonder Marketing, and go ahead and give a follow to all of our great sponsors, Jiu-Jitsu, Soap Co, Choke Aloha, Giraffe Choke, and Nomad Surf Shop. Thank you guys for all the support, and we will catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.